The confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 326, with 3 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 3 additional cases have been reported with no new deaths confirmed. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Rhiannon Trutanich. It's Tuesday, July 6th. More than 99% of people who died from COVID-19 in June were not vaccinated. That's the message the nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, wants Americans to hear loud and clear. He said the numbers show about 99.2% of the nearly 10,000 Americans who died were not vaccinated. He added that it was tragic that most of these cases were avoidable and preventable. Dr. Fauci also admitted that no vaccine is perfect, and there are going to be some people who still get sick and even die from the coronavirus after getting vaccinated. Still, he emphasized that the overwhelming majority of those who get into trouble are the unvaccinated. As of today, data from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows that more than 157 million, or 47.5% of all Americans, are now fully vaccinated. 55% of them have gotten at least 1 dose. Here in California, 20.2 million, or 59.6%, are fully vaccinated. And in LA County, more than 10.7 million doses of a COVID vaccine have been administered. Dr. Fauci urged people to put aside ideological or anti-science stances that may be keeping them from getting their shots and get vaccinated. LA County public health officials are shocked and alarmed at the rising COVID numbers in Black communities. During the same period when case rates and hospitalizations were going down for most ethnic groups, they were still rising for Black residents. Between mid-May and mid-June, the case rate over a 2-week period rose 18% among Blacks, while declining 4% for Latinos, 6% for whites, and 25% for Asians. And the hospitalization rate for Black residents grew by 11%, while declining 12% for Asians, 29% for Latinos, and 37% for whites. Doctors say the latest figures could foreshadow more deaths in the coming weeks and months. Dr. Kirsten Bibbins-Domingo, an epidemiologist from UC San Francisco, says low vaccination rates and the quickly moving Delta variant could devastate Black communities again, especially in urban areas across the state. Recent data shows that Black residents in LA County are 3 times as likely as white residents to get infected, hospitalized, or to die from the coronavirus. In the 2-week period ending on June 19th, 46 out of every 100,000 Black residents in LA County were diagnosed with COVID-19. That's a much higher number than Latinos at 22, whites at 17, and Asians at just 6 per 100,000. LA County Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer says these disproportionately increasing rates among Black residents require strategic actions to prevent increased transmission and illness. At current rates, LA County won't reach herd immunity until October at the earliest. England may lift the majority of its coronavirus restrictions soon. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson outlined plans to formally make the changes despite new cases surging from the Delta variant. During a press conference on Monday, Johnson said the success of the nation's vaccination rollout puts them on course to further relax restrictions starting July 19th. The final decision will be made by July 12th. If everything goes as planned, England will be back to the closest version of its pre-pandemic self after a year and a half. Similar to California's reopening, rules will be lifted for face masks and social distancing. Nightclubs would also reopen, and maximum capacities will be allowed again at concerts, theaters, and sporting events. Johnson said the government would also be able to stop mandating people to work from home, giving employers the green light to bring their employees back to the office. and pubs would let people order drinks directly from the bar. England has experienced one of the most successful vaccine rollouts in Europe, with 45 million adults, or about 85% of the adult population, having gotten at least one dose of a vaccine. Still, Delta variant cases have risen exponentially from about 2,000 per day earlier this year to roughly 25,000 per day over the past week. Johnson warned that it can climb even higher to 50,000 per day. 4th of July fireworks may have been beautiful to watch, but they resulted in unwanted consequences for our environment. The South Coast Air Quality District tweeted this map on Monday morning after hours of festive blasts. It shows that the coastal region was good to moderate, but air quality in LA was unhealthy for sensitive groups and for everyone as well. The agency says poor air quality likely lasted all Monday afternoon because fireworks emit high levels of particulate matter. The tumbleweed fire in Gorman didn't help either. It started around 1:30 p.m. on Sunday and quickly spread to 1,000 acres. A smoke advisory was in effect in this area, which is about 60 miles northwest of downtown LA. Air quality experts say July 4th and 5th are typically the worst days of the year for levels of fine particulate matter in the South Coast air basin. Breathing in particulates can lead to cardiovascular and respiratory health problems. If you missed the official 4th of July fireworks show from the city of Torrance, you can watch it again online. It took place at the Civic Center with a limited number of people allowed to watch from designated viewing locations at the Toyota Sports Complex and across the street at the County Courthouse parking lot. Fireworks of any kind besides these were and still are illegal here in the city of Torrance. City workers thank residents for following the rules to ensure a safe holiday weekend. The full fireworks show is available now on Torrance Citi Cable's YouTube channel and on the city's Facebook page. Another heat wave is expected to come through Southern California this week. The National Weather Service shared this forecast map on Monday, showing warming in the low deserts and valleys. High pressure will gradually build over LA in the coming days, leading to warmer temperatures each day. The Weather Service expects excessive heat on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This means an increased risk for heat-related illness and elevated fire weather conditions. Beaches in the area can reach highs of up to 85 degrees, and further north in Antelope Valley and the interior San Luis Obispo County, temperatures can go up to 112 degrees. Here are some tips from the Weather Service. This chart shows how quickly your car can heat up during a hot day, making it deadly for children and pets if they are left behind. It shows that 95 degrees can jump up to 138 degrees if you're inside the car for 60 minutes. Weather Service officials say be prepared to drink plenty of fluids this week, stay in an air-conditioned room and out of the sun, and check up on neighbors and relatives. A unique labor problem is changing the way CAL FIRE is handling wildfires. California's prisoners have played a key role in fighting fires, but thousands of them were released early due to the pandemic. So CAL FIRE San Diego hired 80 firefighters to make up for the losses. Inmate fire camps are down to roughly 1,600 inmates as of May of this year. That's less than half the prisoners compared to 2016. The Department of Corrections had to close 8 of its 43 camps due to a lack of inmates. The closures were outlined in Governor Gavin Newsom's May budget proposal and show that they're saving the state $7.4 million this fiscal year and $14.7 million per year moving forward. CAL FIRE Captain Frank Lococo says a new state budget allotment helped the agency hire the replacement hand crew firefighters who play a critical role in fighting fires. He says in some cases they hike miles to the site of a fire or are dropped onto a site by helicopters to cut dry brush with chainsaws and other tools to prevent the fire from spreading. Such crews were instrumental in most of the major fires that burned a record-breaking 4 million acres in California last year. Lococo says they're also experienced and trained to provide medical aid, work traffic accidents, and structure fires. The seasonal job lasts about 9 months. Not finding enough people to work is becoming a universal issue, and it's not expected to get better anytime soon. Experts believe worker shortages will likely go on for years after the fast reopening economy tapers off. The number of working-age people shrank for the first time in the country. U.S. Census Bureau data shows the population of those ages 16 to 64 dropped by 0.1% last year. It may not seem like a lot, but it's the first decline of any kind after decades of steady increases. It reflects the lack of immigration, retirements of the baby boom generation, a slowing birth rate, and of course, the thousands of deaths from the coronavirus. It's unclear at this time how population patterns will change once the pandemic goes away, but economists believe the working age group, if it grows, will do so at a very slow pace. Still, some experts stay optimistic, saying fewer people of working age could compel companies to compete harder to hire and retain employees. That could also mean higher pay, better opportunities, and other perks. This trend is already evident in the June jobs report, which shows that the average hourly pay rose 3.6% compared to a year ago. Some people are enjoying working from home so much that they may quit rather than go back to the office. A recent survey from data intelligence company Morning Consult found that 39% of the 1,000 U.S. adults they polled considered quitting their jobs if their bosses made them leave their homes. 49% of those who said they may quit are Millennial and Gen Z, or adults born after 1980. These findings come as many global companies embrace a hybrid work model as employees begin returning to their workplaces. Some have even redesigned the office space to promote more collaboration while allowing people to work remotely on solo tasks. Meanwhile, other businesses such as J.P. Morgan want their staff members back. CEO Jamie Dimon says remote work, quote, does not work for young people and those who want to hustle. Business consultants say employers need to be aware of people's mental health as more employees transition back to the office, adding that they can do a lot of damage to those who don't want to go into the office. Another survey from this year polled more than 2,100 people who worked remotely during the pandemic. 58% of them said they would absolutely look for a new job if they could not continue working remotely in their current role. Only 2% said they wanted to work in the office again full-time. The survey also found that the main benefits of remote work included cost savings and avoiding the often dreadful commute. More than a third of those surveyed said they saved more than $5,000 a year from working from home. Richard Branson, the British billionaire and founder of a galaxy of Virgin companies, says he is so excited to blast off into space this Sunday.
I've always been a dreamer. My mum taught me to never give up and to reach for the stars. This July, our dream will become a reality.
He shared this video on Twitter as he prepares to be on the next test flight of Virgin Galactic's VSS Unity rocket plane on July 11th. He will be joined by 5 others who he introduces in this video. Branson founded the California-based British-American spaceflight company in 2004 to build a space tourism business. He will beat Amazon founder Jeff Bezos to the out-of-this-world experience. Bezos plans to launch with his own company, Blue Origin, on July 20th. Branson's flight is expected to take off from New Mexico on Sunday. He says when he returns, he will announce something very exciting to give more people a chance to become astronauts. More than 700 people already reserved a ride to space with Virgin. Ticket price was $250,000, but is expected to go up once the company starts accepting reservations again. Meanwhile, we can watch Sunday's space flight for free on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The global live stream starts at 6 a.m. California time. The Torrance City Council will not meet tonight. It is a previously scheduled dark night. The next meeting will take place on Tuesday, July 13th. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. There's a great volunteer opportunity taking place this weekend. Helpers are needed for a park beautification event on Saturday. If you're able and willing, Realtor Jenna Christensen can use your help on July 10th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Seaside Heroes Park. The park was unveiled in 2011 and pays tribute to 3 Torrance soldiers who lost their lives while serving our country in Afghanistan and Iraq. This space is also a place where residents and visitors can remember all veterans. Volunteers should plan to bring some tools, gloves, sunscreen, and water. And if you're a student, you can get community service hours for your participation. For more information, you can call 310-920-9387. The park beautification event takes place the second Saturday of every month. What a great way to show how the community cares for its parks and open spaces, as well as for our veterans. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. We'll see you back here tomorrow as Christine Lee brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.